day, because we have to think about those bans and the protects coming through if we're going to get an adaptation, what we've seen already as well.
Yeah, Shroud has been playing lights out in this tournament. I'm really hoping we see them continue the success. But Luminosity, again, they've got a lot to prove here as LG's ready to go. And the first ban's up for Shroud. They're getting rid of Invisible Woman, which we've seen a lot of. Kind of the jack of all trades, or the Jill of all trades here, and what they could do in the game. Hella being banned, going to shut down Vision. The respect is shown.
Yeah, but still, as we mentioned earlier, a lot of options still available for Vision. We get the protect of the Venom here. Okay, I like it, Luminosity.
Yeah, Pro Gamer has been playing a lot of Venom, and we've seen that thus far. But, you know, I'll be honest, I think they could play Venom just as well over there on Shroud X. We don't see a ton of it, but at times Impunity has switched over when it is called for. Now Namor being the protect is going to be likely, obviously, there because of the immediate Hella ban. I think they were hoping for that. You can see the auto lock on Brady already. As they go into this last ban, you know, I doubt they're trying to get this Spider-Man bait. There's no way there with the Venom protect. I don't think we see. They have to go with the Resurrect, the Atom ban. Oh my goodness!
Oh, it's the Psylocke ban. Okay, so they are very worried about the duelist potential here, at least coming into this first round. It is a best of 5, so we have a lot of game left to play and a lot of bans left to give. But that Psylocke to kick us off, it's an interesting one for sure, Cozy.
Yeah, Orbit has been playing Psylocke phenomenally, and it shows, right? They're not even getting rid of... Look at nobody. The triple race comp, whatever. They're like, let it flow. We've got Luna banned to protect it a little bit against Namor staying power. And here comes the picks. You know, you can tell, though, Shroud X did their homework here, because just looking at these unique bans, they're targeting certain players, as all do, but you don't typically see Psylocke banned in the tournament. In fact, I can say confidently this was the first one I've seen, even going back to the Invitational. And look at that. They're going to just adjust and go right to the triple res. Why not?
I'm just saying, it is literally the comp I was talking about coming in. What has worked for LG? I said it was the Winter Soldier Star-Lord carry with the Magneto and the Rocket. I know it's a very heavily meta comp right now, but it is something that has worked so splendidly for Luminosity. And they're going to have a really confident first crack at this round.
It's tough to go against it. I mean, listen, Vision being as good as Vision is on Hella, he's like, I'll happily take Hella Light, which is Adam Warlock, and what he's been able to do. I mean, it's Hella without the goddess of death, if you will.
And some extra heals.
Exactly, right? I mean, getting that second life, second chance, it's like a BRB device for 3 of your members. And then Loki in general is so hard to take down. 3 means to escape here. And so there's just so much pressure when now Dooms can go full on crazy. One of their best aimers. Great player. And again, 1A, 1B there with Vision as they look to go on the offense here right away.
They immediately started off by pushing straight up. I mean, we have the traditional hold right now by LG right around the corner. They are also using that second level to gain a little bit of access for Brady to get some shots over. You do have that push over there, though, as Doomed has gone up to join them and try to get some more angles over here as they turn the corner already.
Interesting start of the match here. Definitely like the high ground approach, but they're going to go right in. Again, they have got the aggressiveness to their comp here as they're able to have all the second lives. Now going in immediately, it's nice to have Impunity back. We had Audios in the Invitational at the end. Impunity's back on Groot. Loved his play there, and I think we're going to see more of it as we head into a lot of pressure. Doom pumping out that damage, what Star-Lord does best. And right away, we've got Brady popping out a Kraken Impact and not able, able to use those clones as the resets and taking down Nuck and taking down more, but unfortunately this is where the passive comes to play.
And he got the reset there with the BRB, so might be able to get back into the fight here, but they are getting pushed a little bit off the point, being a little bit hesitant as everybody's moving forward now from Shroud and getting this quarter angle. They are looking at this first push of the phase.
Yeah, I mean, Dogman there not able to capitalize on the Meteor in, but the pressure and the push was successful here. They're trying to capitalize. Nice protection there, though, but Impunity putting and pumping down the walls, helping out the damage, and Nuck coming in with the slicing and dice from Mantis's primary. Great job there from the team, and didn't have to use all that much because look, they're still loaded for this second point.
That's so devastating. I mean, you do have some tools from LG, but the fact that Shroud have come to play today and have shown up really strongly on this first push. Still a lot to go here, but they still can get around this corner with their ultimates intact.
If this match goes bad, we're gonna see triple res banned immediately after this, because giving them access to it, I mean, all those revives on that first match, it's like nothing even happened, right? So Dogman putting in the pressure early, getting that poke damage on the Groot there and trying to get them away, wondering who's gonna pop the ult first. Doom going immediately and getting that pressure on the Magneto. Magneto having to back out. Will he be eliminated? Yes, he goes down. Here comes the Galactic Legend from the back.
There he goes.
He's going, and he is eliminated. But Vision taking down Brady, and that's going to be their only line of defense. But wow, look at that trade.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a trade. Going 1-for-1 now. The reset there coming through as well. They got the res, and that's what makes this so powerful, is you just keep the pressure up. Tools are down for LG. The only one available is Merge. You got Alfie coming up with his soon, but they can't get over to the side of the point.
Oh my goodness. I mean, Mazel, this has been a masterclass, in fact, so far from Shroud X here. Dogman going up for the Meteor Imp, trying to get the slam dunk. LeBron James is out, does not get the connection here, as we've got Alfie going for the group play. And just like that, we get a nice little two-piece, and Orbit gonna make it now 3. But this is the problem, though. This is where you've got the res is happening. Vision comes right back, and bam, gets Alfie out. Doom coming back, and he's in the fight, gets Brady out. Look at this. This is the one. You can take him down once,
dude.
But they're cats with 9 lives.
Oh my God, Orbit got domed there in the middle of that one as well. And now with this push just being all the way through, they have 4.5 minutes to take this next point. And this has been a lethal character setup from Shroud to start off this series. We wondered what Luminosity could bring, what this undefeated run, for the most part, besides that 1 round loss, could be. And unfortunately, it's just not enough against the pressure of Shroud so far.
Well, you're giving Vision the hella, essentially, there with the Adam Warlock. Here's Impunity going in with the prison and just punishing Brady, who's a little bit overextended there. You combine that again, once again, with Doom going down, this time not being traded from the other Star-Lord. Impunity now trading with the Doom. Brady going down. This is looking like a one-way fight at the moment with 3 minutes on the clock.
Doomed is just a little bit of Star-Lord dipping right now, I guess, and it is just the full-on push from Shroud. Dude made it happen, and I think there was a reason why we were lauding this team coming into this, when you were talking so highly about what Shroud has been able to do and some of the lacking performances we see as of late. Here's the final defense here for Luminosity.
We got to get these ultimates out, LG. Got to get them out. We have plenty to use, and there it is. We've got the Eternal Bond happening, but the connection, Dogman shutting down Merge early, and Dogman going for the double. Freddy going down, Pro Gamer going down, and this fight is done as they are going to get the 3 cap with 3 minutes and above on the clock. An absolute just performance here from Shroud X to open things up. Would have liked Luminosity to get those ults out a bit earlier, but there it is, 0-3 to start things up.
What do you do about Vision, man? Like, you just can't take these picks away from him, and he just gets to find these angles that are so menacing. And it's on the Warlock of all things, and honestly, you're just going to lock that one right back in if you're Shroud.
Yeah, listen, the ult combinations right now from Shroud X is just absolutely, there's just too much to work with, right? You've got the Galactic Legend coming from the back there, and typically the Meteor Imps going up at the same time. Impunity has been perfect with the Imprison, so great job there. And again, Fidel has done great across the board in strategist play. Nuck usually plays the Loki, but it's been fun to see him on Mantis. And you know what I always love is looking at players' crosshairs and just kind of seeing what they end up using.
Which one they go for.
Yeah, do you have any funky ones that you use?
I don't. I've tried and true, like, white crosshair with the little tips at the ends to make it a little bit more centered. What about you? Do you go with any dots, any circles, anything like that?
Yeah, I got a little custom stuff, you know, we got some stuff that helps with the aiming, but man, like, look at this crosshair.
Hey, as Mantis, I'm fine with that. All you gotta do is get close to the head. It's all that matters.
Look at the green dot. You love to see it. They're just having fun.
I love the Iron Man ones where it's literally like
massive.
Like a third of the screen is just a giant circle.
Oh, it's too good here. Yeah, I'm glad to see Impunity come back here and do great on Groot. I missed him there at the end on the Invitational, so doing a great job there as the fight is about to commence here. And right away, the pressure happening from Doom. I mean, the Lantern pop to begin the fight is insane. Key ability already taken out. Magneto having to back up there, and that was just a great, even just second push from Shroud X. But hey, listen, Luminosity can get it done. We've seen this happen with Boom Crew. They did pretty good on their response to 100 Thieves. It can happen right here, right now.
They actually had really good long pressure with Freddy having been on that Punisher. Now switching over after the portal went down there to get back into it now on this Warlock. They're still getting pushed around the corner so quickly.
Yeah, Fidel almost having that ultimate's insane too. Such a great map for Loki. So many angles to heal and damage. Lantern's going down, giving an incredible presence in this fight, allowing Dogman to push up here, trying to get the pressure. We've got the Loki going immediately here. Magneto landing down and unable to connect. Doom, though, getting the elimination on Merge, and Impunity. Impunity's going off.
He is. You said you wanted to see him pop up. Well, pop up, King. He has found the picks, and that is 4 down for LG. That makes it so hard to retake it. It always feels so desperate in this little choke point, in this little corner setup, if you don't have momentum.
Goodness gracious, that's not crowd control, that's a forced reunion. Beautiful stuff there from Impunity as they're going to now continue to push in. We've got Orbit now going to the comfortable Star-Lord pick. They're going to, again, try to give him a taste of their own medicine of what we just saw here. Galactic Legend ready to rock and roll. What ult's going to pop first? I think you go with the exact same combo. Merge, though, forced to use that ultimate early, trying to keep the team alive. The pressure's working. I think they can get this point if they're able to get enough going, but the huge Agamotto happening. Not gonna connect though, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's really rough because that's a massive tool you were using. Meteor Vim coming down, trying to get the dunk, gets 1 KO. Now the rebuttal here. We got dunk masters on both sides as we find the reprisal here, and it is Shroud putting up a really, really good defense, but LG continuously trying to push it. The massive setup around the res. Pro Gamer coming clutch, but maybe just resets coming through here as they did get the reses, and Shroud are pushing them off the point.
Everybody's allowed to be born again except for Adam, he says. Shuts him down early, but look at Vision just coming right back into the fight and doing the Hella Vision hybrid. Beautiful. And by the way, this skin from the season pass is so sick on good. Adam. Love to see it here and play by Vision. We get the early healing, keeping everybody up. Nice use, nice ability, patience here as they're going to push in for essentially almost the last fight. A minute left on the clock, and we've got Brady with the only one on the ultimate. And this is going to be tough as Fidel can respond quickly, and everybody's going to be right behind.
Yeah, they are. I think the versatility that the Adam Warlock brings in terms of that burst healing is so massive, and you can see it doing work here when they're all grouped up. We're going to see that push, though, from Luminosity as they've got the Soul Resurgence at their back. Shroud are just trying to put them out here, although you got a nice push from Alfie, but he's completely separated from the rest of the team, and now it seems like Shroud is just trying to pick them apart. Vision looking for the snipe, and it's another KO, as I don't think the resets are going to be enough. I don't think they're going to be able to res in time to get a real pushback. They're going to be desperate.
The snap of the mouse, the crackle, and the pop of that Star-Lord. Beautiful play here. One last push, one last ultimate firework to go off here as we do have plenty in Luminosity's tank. Can they pop it all off? But Dogman has an opening that's to be able to shut down the Mantis. Can he get that connection with the Meteor M? Look for that as they push it to Impunity with the Master right away. No response, and it's going to look ugly here as Brady goes down. That's the Adam. That's the key pick. That's the one they wanted. Meteor up, trying to get a response.
He's getting a res.
Taking him down, and the res happening for Vision, make it even worse.
Oh my God, Vision is just picking them as they come out of the res there, and you get to see the angle here that LG are just trying to push up, but the Galactic Legend in the sky isn't going to be enough. He's trying to pick him off too. The push is actually coming through though, as Shroud getting pushed back just a little bit, but we are about to have some setups here from Shroud to get some rebuttals. Vision still having that res. This is a fight as they are trying to keep themselves in this overtime counter.
Yeah, there goes the bubble there from Pro Gamer. That's going to be their last bit of defense here. The wall's down. Defenses are down. They're putting the pressure on Maximum. Alfie trying to keep some space and pressure from the tank roll. Pro Gamer, everybody on every side trying to stay alive here. Doing a great job, though. Orbit getting that pick on Nuck. Will the passive be up? We'll have to see. But again, Born Again coming right now. Able to keep the fight rolling, but no. Here we go. We have Fidel now with the portal, keeping it up. Doom now rolling with the Galactic Legend, taking down Merge. Dogman closing in on Orbit, shutting him out of Orbit. Time has run out, and there goes. That was a tough one for Luminosity.
That's really, really tough. Not even able to make to that first phase push, and this could be a very quick first round in the series here. Remember, it is a best of 5. We are in the upper bracket, so second lives are there for these teams, but Shroud have definitely showed up today. And Vision, man, you just can't keep this guy down. Don't matter. He's looking good on the skin and he's looking good on the mechanics.
Yeah, listen, when we first watched Shroud X, Doomed was who I was really impressed with. And then as it continued to roll, I'm like, okay, hold on. Vision is just, he's going crazy. Look at this. I mean, we can check out the stats here. 12K, great job. 15 final hits. That was the most for the team on an Adam Warlock, mind you. One thing I want to highlight, too, is at one point, LG had all of their ultimates ready to go. Luminosity, and then I look again, they're all gone. The defensive efforts from Shroud X, they did a great job, SDX, in just making sure everybody's kept up, and that's that burst healing from Adam Warlock.
And it's some of that together, there's some of that growth we love to see from event to event, right? I think we are seeing a little bit more consistency from this Shroud team, but also getting to see a little bit more pop-offs from those individual members. I mean, the fact that you have such impact in this game on an Adam Warlock to kick it off for Vision, but it wasn't only that. We were getting to see a lot of input from Impunity. I think we saw such good space separation from him in the start of this series. I think he's going to have a massive say in how the rest of this goes.
Absolutely. Let's go and check out the highlights and see all the madness, and then we've got another match coming right back at you. Don't go anywhere. What is going on, guys? Welcome back. We just saw a crazy performance from Shroud X, and honestly, I'm just pumped for them. I mean, they definitely, in the Invitational, it was that team that was wanting more because they put up such a great performance, and obviously their night came to a quicker end, and then bam, daylight hit again. They locked, they loaded. I know that team was ready to showcase what they got today in the Marvel Rival Championship. And honestly, I think this is a pretty big favorite moving forward. They look elite.
Yeah, they do indeed. And they showed off that triple res comp that we talked so much about in that last round. See if it's going to be banned away from them this time, or if we get some changes from that front of LG, because what they were trying to put together last time just was not working. See if that first ban is going to signal that change.
There it is. Yep. Hey, they did not waste a breath on that one. They were like, all right, Vision, we've had enough of you, buddy. And they shut that down early. We talked about it before the match even began, that I expected Vision to pick up the Hella roll, but for Adam, and it happened. It came to light. The light beam shot out, and my gosh, Adam was lethal. Usually the soundtrack kicks in. Star-Lord's shots never miss a beat, but Adam was the one that time to go crazy. As we see Invisible Woman for the first ban for Shroud X.
They're going to go ahead and protect the Namor as well. So trying to give some more angles, some more range to be able to play through. I'm sure Luna going to be joining that comp if they do end up going for the Namor. See what the protect is going to be from Luminosity, though, and what they want to try to get in comfort for themselves. I know we talked about the Magneto and things along those lines. I think it's just too prominent in the meta. The Star-Lord, the other piece that is going to be saved, so they could try to have that comfort for themselves.
Yeah, Orbit definitely liking Star-Lord the way it works. Obviously, we have Luna being banned as that answer per what you said. And we're seeing Namor just a great presence and domination because you have so much pressure coming from every side. Obviously, Delena did a great job showcasing that. We're going to see even more of it today. You know, Vision plays all roles, Doomed as well. They kind of switch when it comes to domination on, who plays what at some points. But we have the Venom band going out yet again. The Respect going over there. Love to see it. They stick with the same. And we go into our next matchup. No triple res on domination. So you guys, you're not going to see complete madness, but I expect there to be some chaos.
Yeah, hey, I want to still see some chaos in the mix here. Hella importantly left open this time around. So maybe adapting some of those picks here for either side. Right now, at least, LG going to be willing to go with that one. But it has been a little bit of resurgence since we've had those supportive role bans taken through that we had the Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah, I mean, do you see that too? We've got ourselves a Hella sighting, a Goddess of Death. In the first time this tournament's been banned every single match,
crazy,
but here it is. Vision is just, guys, sit back, relax. It's crazy. Don't know what Brady has, so I'm excited to see what he has to offer. I've seen some great matchups. I know Energy Young Gun there for FlyQuest stepped up against 100 Thieves Delina, and I was shocked. Maybe we get a shock here. Maybe Brady surprises us with their play against Vision, but Vision, one of the best at it.
Yeah, I mean, he's absolutely on that next cut above, but Freddy also on his comfort here on Hella. I know we were doing a little bit of looks on what these players typically lean towards. And yes, Hella's just been rampant in the meta, but I want to see if Freddy can have these angles to put some pressure at least on the Vision, because Vision was already clicking away on that Adam Warlock, and now he's even more empowered as we move forward onto this domination map.
Yeah, interesting we don't have the Star-Lord that was saved, but they go with a different comp here, setting up early. Brady trying to get those early picks. It only takes 2 to tap one down as they're trying to get the pressure early. Now they're going to be flanking over to the left side with a beautiful Orbit. Nice job pulling Dogman from Orbit down to Earth. Massive claw to open things up, and that's a massive advantage to give things going here for Luminosity as they're closing in on the immediate fight. But Impunity, great job with the wall work here, shutting down the heal, shutting down and putting up the extra damage. And right now, this is a close fight to begin.
It is. We're getting a lot of contests here coming through from Luminosity as well. Really like this answer of the Wolverine for Doomed. You have a nice little angle from Vision, keeping up on this stairway and keeping the backline pressured. This is what makes Vision so lethal here, is the angles he provides. And here comes Shroud.
That Orbit elimination from Dogman was personal after that claw. He's like, all right, buddy, you're going down after taking me down. Dogman now putting the pressure on Groot, and Groot is just a sitting duck when it comes to Magneto. Just taking so much burst damage. Obviously what he's best at. Impunity now chasing, being the flank character. Okay, Groot flanking Groot. You're seeing it all here, guys, as Impunity is now locked and loaded with the Imprison. They don't have a follow-up here. They really don't need one, though. And looking at Brady and Vision, pretty neck and neck. We saw one battle of the fates there between the two, and you know, we did see Vision do what he does best.
And we're seeing the expectations kind of play out. Remember, we were coming into this, I was saying Luminosity had only lost that one round in that 4th round themselves, only that one game within their series, but now they're looking on the backs against the wall here. If we can continue seeing Shroud press as we see ultimates coming through, Vision with another angle.
Wow. Vision just going for the back flank there. Now you've got the imprisonment. He's able to just have his way with it. Dogman going for it. The follow-up, the alley-oop, and he slams the dunk down. And they threw everything there, but the kitchen sink got a lot going. And we have Docs just wanting to end it early, try to get with his team for the reset. But Vision on that flank with the imprison and the meteor follow-up, my goodness.
Dogman and Vision is a combo I'd love to see alley-oop on the basketball court every day. I mean, this has been impeccable to watch, and the angles they're able to provide for the team, where Vision is playing so off-center, but he's providing so much pressure over Brady.
Yeah, and here's a forced fight immediately between the two. Actually, Vision having to escape here because Brady got that extra tap, and he finishes the job. Oh. Nice answer there from Brady as he's now able to get that flank position that he just had. Trying to join up with his team, though. Goddess of Death ready on lock if they do need to use it, but 81% already towards Shroud X. They're sitting comfortable now. We've got Nuck, who's kind of forced to use his ultimate because he already copied. They're going to kind of sit and stall even longer, though, as this point goes, and they're in the high ground here. They're able to put the pressure immediately. Now they're trying to get down, but they're taking a lot of damage. Kraken Impact coming down immediately, trying to get the connection on the close to reset. And can he get out alive? Alfie goes down.
We've got tanks losing left and right, but still some presence here from Orbit. But here comes the Goddess of Death. See if they can find those big hits onto them. Though already Orbit taking down Doomed. Although it will be that capture point, and blue side, we take it.
My woof, that was a
crazy.
lot of A, stalling, and B, just not you almost, there was only a couple coordinated fights, and the rest it was just trying to get back and reset. Unfortunately, Brady, great ult there, but he was the only one left on the point, so he was left hovering in the sky throwing down the crows, but there was no one to take the birds. Now again, great job here from Shroud X and a good answer, and they've got a lot to go into this next fight. Look at the ultimates here. Merge is gonna have to get theirs very fast if they want to respond to this quick opening.
I mean, just watching Impunity and Vision be able to tee it up here potentially is going to be the combo you're looking at. But I really appreciated Doom's impact in that last setup there. I mean, the Wolverine just provides such a distractionary point for them to build off of. And I'm really looking for Luminosity to try to solidify a point take here, because that's been the most difficult part against Shroud.
Look at this quick changeup. Nuck just went half his ult, and he's going to a potential triple Vanguard. Nope, it switches now to the Loki. Interesting there with the quick change. Fidel, great job, though. It's caught a lot of cloak and dagger in this tournament in general, and has done a great job representing the character after what was a pretty big nerf to their ultimate and a reset on what they do and their identity in the game. Ready, though, trying to get some early poke damage as they're going to have Luminosity rotate closer to the point. That's a place where they want to be.
They do, indeed. I think they'll take these angle setups here. You do have the movement from Doom around the corner, as we will try to see if they can get that strangling prison. It's in there. They get the first stand, or last stand rather. Might just be a first stand as they take him down one by one.
Oh my gosh, Merge got that ultimate at the exact time. As I was saying earlier, watch for that. They got it. Look at this quick meteor behind, but they do dodge. Dip, dive, and dodge, as Patrick Houlihan likes to say. Doom, though, going for the quick claw, taking out the Groot, and now Vision capitalizing on Merge. There's no more ultimates to save them, and right now they're hiding. They're trying to get some relief, and it's not coming, at least right now.
Oh, it's so oppressive there. It's just so hard to deal with when Vision is making your health bar look like mincemeat here. And now with this setup, Shroud have been the ones to be willing to go aggressive on these points when they feel confident, and they're trying to keep Luminosity as far off the point as possible. We get the little 1v1 between Vision and Freddy. Vision, and now it's Freddy taking it here. And I think he's a little bit gluten tolerant.
I love it, man. Freddy actually doing a great job on the 1v1s there. Love to see it. They have nice responses and ultimates here. Fidel having his ready to go. He's going to pop it right away to keep everybody alive from that group, from Alpi's ult there. And there is the meteor. No impact, because once again, we have the Eternal Bond keeping everybody alive. Look at Fidel just flying in the sky like the true superhero that he is. And then, bam, the Goddess of Death for Freddy to lay on the hurt.
Impunity with a massive strangling prison onto multiple members. Luminosity is losing push on the point, and the Goddess of Death is just taking names for her book. As you see, it is Shroud's dominance here in this domination map.
Yeah, it's crazy because the follow-up on the imprisonment, there's not a lot of ultimates that's combined with it with this comp, but they don't need it because you just have so much burst damage from Dogman there, and then Doom will pick up the scraps there, Vision on the flank, putting a lot of pressure early. Dogman can open up with the meteor right away. They do have Merge, and he's going to look to save it for that hit. They know they haven't seen the Eternal Bond in a while. That's what it's going to be. Vision getting that off angle. He wants to return the favor to Freddy, and he does so.
Got the solo bolo there. Now everything onto the point as time is running out for Luminosity.
Yeah, this is tough here. This is not going to be an easy fight to win, but they do have the ultimates ready. We got the imprisonment setting up. They got to capitalize off this. Can they do it? Yes, Orbit does get the answer on Nuck. That's an important kill, or elimination early. Dogman now taking down Alfie. And but now going down both supports out of the fight.
Strangling prisons used from both sides. We're seeing chaos for this last overset, as now the reset is there. Orbit, he might have made the difference. That Kraken impact, it hits hard, and they stave themselves off of overtime.
Yeah, they had the tools there that they needed to get the job done, and I'm proud of them for being able to put up that fight. It's a tough point to win there, so good job on the team. And honestly, the big picks on the supports early, getting that Nuck down that early was a massive win for Dell going right after. The resets happening. Ultimates at pretty much nil for Shroud X, and Luminosity not much in their tank either, so it's just gonna be good old-fashioned abilities here.
Good old-fashioned fist fighting. That's the Marvel Rivals that we love. See the rivals go at it here, but I love this angle from LG. They are keeping the point here with the stairs right behind them. They can see this angle, but then you're going to give high ground over to Shroud X, and you never want to give that. Health bar starting to look a little dicey here for LG.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy. Cloak and Dagger just are able to build up their ult so lightning fast. I feel like they have it all the time. Brady, it's just right now, it is a grudge match. It is statements being made. Brady Vision trading off. Brady getting the best that time. That's a massive pick early. Doom, though, going for that pick and the turn and the kidnap. And my gosh, Alfie's just begging to get out. The tree is locked and cut down. Doomed finishing that off nicely there as he's getting rid of the Loki clones, trying to get things going. Has the Kraken impact to roll off of, but you can see them rotating out until they're about to push in for this last bit of a fight.
See which of these steals are going to be, because we do have both Lokis active, and another snipe. Oh my god, like you said, it's been personal all round long. It is, though, Shroud coming up on a point where they need to push over onto it. They need to get these ultimates going. Impunity is about to have his ready up. Now you're starting to lose bodies here.
Oh, wow. And listen, Impunity kind of used that ult by himself, and early the follow-up wasn't there. So, unfortunately, not only did they all go down to Orbit, coming from Orbit and making an impact with the Kraken impact, but that was just a little bit of chaos there from the ultimates. The portal is not going to come in time. It might. Yep, they got
it. They're on the point now. They're going to make one last dash effort. They have Fidel with his ultimate, trying to wall off to buy them time. Shroud X do not want to give any room on the point. They are so close to securing it as well. Doom going with the kidnap, just going with the evisceration there. Goddess of Death is up in the sky. Is it going to be enough? They have the push from Orbit. He has been the difference maker for LG this entire time, in this entire round, and he's looking for even more. He's able to find it, but Doom is doing his own work on the other side. A headshot there as Vision gets it, and it'll go over as we have a Shroud X 2-0 on the domination map.
Man, and that was looking great for Luminosity. They were just seconds away. We say it's a game of inches. It's a game of seconds in that portal, able to hit the spot right in time. Wow. And that was really about how often in the cloak stay alive, because they were just begging for life out there, oftentimes being eliminated early. Nuck has been a constant MVP for Shroud X, often getting that Loki role. And, you know, said it when we began, I was surprised he wasn't on Loki. Well, there's the swap over. Nice little 25K of healing for him and the MVP status. Great job from Shroud X altogether. Good into fight, maybe Luminosity kind of has their identity of what just happened there, and they can kind of put together the full picture. I like the bands a bit more there from Luminosity, and it seems like they at least played a bit more as a team. But Orbit, man, really did a lot there at the end for them.
Dude, he was trying so hard. I mean, the reservation on the resets as well, and trying to find the angles where he can, because that was the most important part in trying to find if he can get those resets. But he did not, and now Shroud X are moving forward. At least one more series could just tie it up for them. We're going to take a look at the highlights of that last game.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back. We come now with 2-0, Shroud X in the lead. And right now, listen, that last matchup, I would say the duelist play was kind of close to par. It was fun. We had trade backs, Brady and Vision, but the Vanguard difference was the difference there with pressure and the way that Dogman and Impunity were able to just capitalize there. Great work. We're going to see if LG Luminosity can come up with what it takes to do the reverse sweep.
Do we have 2-3-0s to start the day? I sure hope not. I'm just going to say a little shout out to both Vision and Brady. We could have made an entire 1v1 highlight montage of those two going at it in that entire round. So kudos to them for knowing what the goal was. But Vision coming out a little bit on top. We're already into these bans and protects. We see a very similar setup from Luminosity, because it feels like they're a little bit stuck in what they have to take away from Shroud X.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hey, call me crazy, but I think we're going to get a Venom ban here at the end. Unless they maybe save it. They're like, all right, that's the only thing we haven't done. They didn't use the Star-Lord last time. So at this point, it's like, you know, you might as well protect Venom, because that's what they, you know, have banned now the last couple of times. Spider Island, fun map, great map. We do have Luminosity on offense first. So we're going to see kind of what they can bring here. And it's going to be a storm, which is definitely cool. This will be fun. This is a little different.
Yeah, and when we were talking about coming into this matchup, the big strengths for Luminosity, at least what they found success with over the last 2 rounds, has been that Winter Soldier Star-Lord carry combo they've been going for, but maybe trying to adapt that here into Shroud and grab something a little bit different and try to have that new, I guess, taste to their setup, because the last couple have not been working.
Yeah, and listen, they can kind of, you're down 2-0, backs a little bit against the wall. You do have all the support you need to come out punching, but they're going to have to figure out what is the key problem. And I will tell you, the problem is Shroud X, they're able to adapt, and we've seen that from the best teams. The flexibility, listen, they're not gymnasts, but my goodness, they can pretty much well be in Marvel Rivals with what they've been able to do here. Now, we do have the trade-off in Hella yet again. We're going to see if Brady sticks to it. He's going with Namor right now, but that could be a quick switch if Vision, nope, Vision's back over to Namor. Okay, so we've got an interesting matchup here.
Yeah, it's like they know. It's like they want that 1v1. They want to know who's better at which heroes. But no, this is honestly the rivalry now that I'm most locked in about. I want to see Brady versus Vision for the rest of the time in Marvel Rivals, because it's been a lot of fun to watch, even if it has been a bit one-sided for Shroud X.
Without question. One thing is Doomed might struggle here. We have the slow turrets coming from their team. So this is going to be a look for Wolverine. That's one of his biggest, if not his biggest counter. And so we'll have to see how they adjust on defense, or if they adjust. Nuck now coming a little bit late there with the big cursor. He's got it on all the heroes. Nuckster, love to see it as the battle's convincing right away. They're setting up in this often choke point here. And nice job just building up ult charge early. I mean, they're almost a fourth of the way there.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty crazy already. Love, he's showing how supports are done with the big crosshairs, but now it is LG trying to push around this corner. They're using the thing pretty heftily as this front line setup for them to try to get some damage down, but also separation from the point package.
Yeah, absolutely. And this comes down without group being available. It really changes the strategy up in this match. And you can just go, honestly, fist first there with the thing and all that pressure on Dogman. You know, Fidel in the strategist playing back, playing great here as Nuck is about to have access to that first ult and really get kind of the snowball from rolling. But Impunity is going to take it to his own hands. I mean, Dogman's been the one on Magneto, but Impunity says, I can do it all. And watch me do it all as they take down Alfie. Now, Brady, he wants more. Pro Gamer. Goodness.
He is just popping off there on the Magneto of all things. I mean, you give him Groot, he looked really good, and now the Magnetos say the whole team can be flexible, and that kind of push is devastating on a map like this one. It is so hard to retake that choke point once you have to walk back singularly.
Yeah, Orbit's going to have to get a big clutch claw here on either Strange or Magneto, and they're not going to have ways, you know, to really defend against it, so they can look for that. That's going to be what they want. Vision here playing not the flank Namor, but more of in your face, do what you can to me, and we've got ourselves the Loki Guppy about to pop the ult, get things going, as we have now a Namor duel with Vision and Brady on the rooftops. There's the rival.
A little bit different. Now you have the Meteor of Impunity takes another KO, and this is looking like a deja vu from the last fight. Impunity with the rest of the team lead the charge, and they are just pushing LG back into their base. Oh, this is tragic, and Brady just gets knocked from his perch there. He's going to try to go back up, and he should be shut down.
I mean, at this point, they're just saving ults for the next match. They have them all cooked up and ready to go here. Merzo with a nice snipe on Doom, pass him down, and he does take advantage of that. That is going to be their chance to try to get a little bit more pressure in here. Alfie going in immediately with the pressure on the Strange, but Dogman with great control and damage output. Clobbering time coming up for the setup, and can they connect? He's hiding for the bubble, and he's going to pop the whale. The damage switch coming right now, and can he land it? There's damage, and the follow-up on Orbit.
Yeah, he gets the KO with that Proteus horn, and now you have actually the really clutch use of Nuck with that Fate of Both Worlds in between that fight. And Doom now finding an angle to try to kidnap some people. Here comes the next horn of Proteus, though. The double knockup as well. They're actually finding a nice angle, but I am back onto the entire team. 4-man hit from Dogman, and it's just a Shroud X day, everybody.
My goodness, that was a fat Agamotto. That was insane there. Also, I want to give you credit. You're like the first person I've heard not just call it the whale, and I love that, man. Because listen, I've got to say the patience from Vision there and able to still land that damage hit was insane. And in return, they were unable to respond with the favor there. Brady now trying to get that ult built up. Alfie does have a clobbering time that they can go into orbit here with Kraken Impact, and that's going to be the combo they're looking for. They're doing it right now. Here it comes. They've got to capitalize on this. He does get the reset. He's going for the again. Is the passive there? That's going to slow things down. But yes, he does Doom down. This is going to be a nice fold here as they're going to be able to push at least up the staircase and make things interesting. There is going to be one more fight, but it's at least not going to take place in the exact same spot of the map.
At least it's going to be a little bit further forward here. still a lot of room to give from Shroud X, though. There's going to be a portal coming in from Dogman as well over top of the arena and over top of the point to try to stop them on this last push here, Cozy.
Yeah, it's always great to be able to just speed your ult from Thing. He has nothing to do to defend you, and when you're Strange, you can go crazy like Vision is on Alpha. He taking down, gets the 2-piece. He wants the 4-piece with the whale, drowning his enemies and taking them down. He does get eliminated in return, but that was it. It took a couple Tritons and the Under the Sea, and that's it.
Hey, that's all it takes. I'm just going to say is a sperm whale comes in at 45 tons, and he just dropped that bomb on them right there. It is actually incredible to see that kind of dissection of that early play. And now, I mean, it's full on LG against the walls. Throw something here, or you are knocked down to that lower bracket.
Yeah, you got to get something rolling. I mean, listen, everybody did insane on their ults, right? Vision hit the 4-piece. You had, you know, the beautiful Agamotto there from Dogman, and then Impunity we saw. I mean, he was just kind of carrying at times with that Magneto. Great job, I want to say, to Fidel for just having that patience on the switch. Could have been Nuck with the copy. But to be able, that I think is elite play that we just saw.
Yeah.
To watch there be patience, avoid the Meteor M, switch over to the damage the last millisecond, and then get the eliminations.
Let's take a look at these switch ups here that could be potential, at least going forward for Shroud X. They need to kind of keep that momentum going. They don't have a long way to go. They just have to make sure to get around these choke points that they themselves were able to defend so heavily against. And that's where I'm really looking at where Luminosity wants to try to set up on this map and how far up they're willing to play.
Well, look at, I mean, he's at the bell, he's at the buzzer, and we've got the Scarlet Witch there for Vision. Probably just to get the opening sword. We've been seeing this in the tournament. It's been a nice little strategy here. But Vision going over to Spider-Man instead. They're just having fun now. The disrespect, my goodness. But he okay, he switches back. All right, friendly neighborhood
just a
with your soldier is the same. All right.
They are indeed. As they accomplish the same goal, LG trying to push this one. They're giving their bodies here, and they do end up getting a little bit of a pick, but a kidnap into the sky. That was the longest kidnap I've seen. Shroud X pushing them now, and Vision on this Winter Soldier is cutting them down.
Yeah, that jetpack sent Wolverine to the moon. My goodness. They were caught on the tower there. Beautiful play as Vision is getting that infinite ammo, able to burn through the shields here, putting on so much pressure early. And now the Vision glow is going down swiftly. Look, the Thing, that's the problem. Here's the thing. I'll tell you, there's no Thing because he just gets decimated by all the oncoming bullets. There's nothing that they can do to stop him. Even Fidel getting a part of the action, trading with Merge.
That's a triple there for Vision, and being able to get the combination onto the diving members onto the point of LG. Here comes the portal to block off potentially here as they want to get the angle over the top. I love the uniqueness we're seeing out. He tried to spy on the top, and the portal got stuck, all right? Nobody saw that. He meant to do that. He meant to do that. He had to go back and put the next one down, too.
Yeah, he meant to do that. All right, Dogman getting the nice double portal down. That's going to, slow their momentum down. They can take the top route as Orbit now trying to get something rolling for his team. He has the Kraken impact. This is your time. If you want to turn anything around here, you've got to do it right now as Doom is on Storm, about to get that Omega Hurricane. First, we're going to see here today in the championship, and right now, Merge doing a great job keeping his team alive through the defense. Here comes the Agamotto, but it's stopped 50%. Ready, unable to land, and that's going to be devastating. The Omega Hurricane sweeping up Orbit and Kraken impact to go alongside it. And Vision doesn't get the whale, he gets the arm, and he gets the dubs.
That's a pentakill for Vision, or penta elimination at least. And Vision makes the difference in that fight, being able to navigate those immense ultimate setups from Luminosity and to get those takedowns after takedowns. I mean, we've seen every Bucky be able to do this, but the timing was so perfect for that penta. And hey, Dogman will get it. I think he had some incredible moments, but Vision,
all right, Dogman,
an incredible series.
I see. I like the MVP here on this Strange. Great job. He actually did phenomenal. And Strange can just eat against Thing. I mean, he can build up that AoE so quickly, and there's just nothing. Look at the 15,000 damage, Dogman. Are you kidding me, man? This is going to be a fun team to watch go into the next round. I'm telling you, man.
Oh, it is. It feels bad for Luminosity Gaming for sure, but it feels so good for Shroud X. Again, continuing some of that redemption run from that last invitational. You get to see some movement from this team as well.
Yeah, guys, fun to watch Shroud X. We'll see what they have in store. Luminosity, hey, listen, you guys played great before this. You can reset, reload, and figure out what to do.
Lower bracket, baby.
Lower bracket, it's your time to shine. We've seen Shigagami do it. Can you do it? Here's the highlights. Let's relive that 3-0. Actually, before we get to that, I want to ask you something.
Yes.
You've seen now Delina. We've seen, I've watched a couple in the Invitational, but what duelist is standing out the most? Because I got to say, Vision and what he's been able to pull off here has been something incredible.
It has been. I just still think that Terra is just looking like I know everybody plays this kind of Winter Soldier combo right now, but he just plays it different. Like, I don't even understand how he's just that much better on this champion. I think being able to see that carry, I know we're highlighting one team in specific between DeLuna and him, but it's been really fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure. And listen, speaking of those highlights, all right, I'm ready. Let's go and check them out.
Right,
let's see what we just watched there.